Meeting adjourned. Fellowship follows.
Hello, people of the world. This is Fellowship Follows.
Once again, I'm Zavon Dokoy,
And I am AB Alpa.
and this is brought to you by the Rotary Club of San Francisco del Monte Malaya Achievers.
This podcast is sponsored by the JLCG Studios.
And in this episode, babalikan natin yung first episode actually. So sinabi ni Press Lance doon, no, that we are not just catering yung kung saan tayo designated area. Designated? Yap ko na.
Okay.
We're not just catering, no, kung saan yung area natin. We are also catering kung saan tayo mas kailangan, kung saan mas need yung service.
And to welcome our guest for today's podcast. Siya yung taong pumupunta kung saan siya kailangan.
Dapat lang.
At minsan, kahit hindi siya kailangan,
Hindi
nandun
dapat.
siya.
Hindi dapat yun.
Ayun.
And without further ado, let us all welcome Diana Isabel Disuyo. Past District Rotaract Representative. Hello, Pipi Diana. Kumusta ka naman?
Hello. Good afternoon. I'm okay naman. How about you guys?
Ikaw, okay
Eto.
ka pa ba?
Ito medyo, ang energy natin ay nandito, no?
Ba't
Ayan.
dito lang?
Ito lang yung abot ko. Kung kaya ko pa na mas mataas, iaangat ko pa to.
Pero, you know, si Ate Diana kasi, larga yan ng larga. Kung saan-saan siya pumupunta, no? Sabi mo nga, kahit di siya kailangan, nandun siya.
Para siyang Dora the Explorer ng Rotaract.
Na walang bangs. Kaya naman
Oo.
tanungin natin si Ate Diana. Ate Diana, saan naman ang next trip mo? Baka naman pwede kami sumama.
Pwede naman, no, if you want, no. So actually, as of recording, no, by next week, pupunta kami ulit sa Sulu. So I will be joined by our President Lance and one of our partners, si President Patrick from the Rotary Club of Manila Metro.
Next week, tapos sasama tayo. Parang ang hassle naman ng
Ikaw,
schedule.
yun.
Pwede naman sumama kayo sa Dora the Explorer Adventures.
So, ako yung boots mo, gagawin.
Pwede naman.
So going back, nakapag-pre-assessment ka na pala sa upcoming project sa Sulu. Can you share with us the details of the project?
Ayan, thank you, no. Actually, before I mention about the pre-assessment, prior to this phase ng project natin, nagkaroon na tayo ng phase 1 last June 2025, kung saan tinurn over namin yung isang classroom na construct namin for Tuwak Primary School located in Patikul, Sulu. So along with that, nagkaroon kami ng book donations, nagkaroon kami ng activities such as storytelling.
Kami is referring to including the Rotaract or a
Yes,
different...
yes.
Oh, wow!
Well, that's a good question, no? So, this is a collaboration among different organizations, which of course highlights yung involvement ng Rotary Club of San Francisco del Monte Malaya Achievers. But with us is also working yung UP Cadet Alumni Organization, Hernandez Library, Science Connect, Library Renewal Partnership, among other organizations. And of course, meron din tayong on-the-ground partners, which is very important aspect nitong project because this will not be successful without their help kasi sila yung nandoon sa location, which is yung ating AFP partners. So, nandoon yung 15th CMO Battalion and then yung mga other brigades and battalions pa na involved during the project itself.
Ang dami pala nating partners sa project na to, no?
Yes.
And ang ganda kasi nun, no? Kasi it highlights the importance of collaboration. Mas marami tayong natutulungan, mas lumalayo yung reach ng project kapag mas marami tayong partners.
Yes, I definitely agree with you on that, no? Kasi it highlights yung pagko-complement ng mga organization sa mga strengths natin and we are able to cater to the needs talaga ng community and with a bigger impact and broader reach.
So, Ate Diana, paano nyo ginawa yung pre-assessment nyo?
Ayan. So after nung phase last June 2025, nagkaroon tayo ng needs assessment, no? So last September 2025, bumalik ako ng Sulu and then pinuntahan ko yung additional beneficiaries.
Additional. So,
Yes.
mas marami pang beneficiaries ngayon.
That is correct. Ayan. So, maliban dun sa original beneficiary natin na Tuwak Primary School, this time, dagdag pa yung Langpas Elementary School,
Oh.
Manilop Elementary School, Pansul Elementary School, and then Kasambuhan Village Elementary
Ang
School.
dami.
Yes.
Sana ako din matulungan.
Ano pa ang kailangan ito?
Solo ka lang, hindi ka sulu.
Mali!
ano yung nakita natin na need ng community? And then, ano yung mga naging solution natin to end kung ano yung mga needs nila?
Yes, yeah. So, that's a good question, no? Kasi, alam naman natin na Sulu is actually one of the poverty-stricken provinces in the country. Given na meron silang peace and conflict problems in the past. Although, right now, they are working hand-in-hand naman dun sa mga institutions within Sulu. So, they are able to keep the peace in general aspect, no? So, one of the things that we are able to help them with is, sa bigger scope, is alleviation of poverty. Pero syempre multifaceted yan di ba? Paano nga ba natin i-alleviate yung poverty?
It's a long process.
Yes, and it's a very, very vague, di ba, na question or aspect. So in this specific project, what we are doing is helping yung mga students, yung specifically elementary schools in Sulu, because it's one of the foundation na, di ba, they're building towards better future for these kids. And that's where we come in, na nakakatulong tayo sa infrastructure nila, mga learning resources nila, and maybe some initiatives pa in the future that hopefully we will be able to do for them.
So, what are the specific projects that we are going to conduct? Aside from yung mga natapos na, such as the infrastructure you've mentioned, na katatapos lang ng turnover ng building, tama
Yes,
ba? Ayan. So, ano pa yung mga future projects na makikita natin for the upcoming, going back to Sulu?
Ayan. So, hindi lang naman kasi ito ngayong January lang, no? Ang target talaga is magkaroon pa ng succeeding visit sa Sulu. And with that, dahil we are catering to more beneficiary schools then, of course, magkakaroon pa rin ng construction, or maybe for some renovation lang, ganyan. And putting up of library corners, providing school supplies, and teacher kits. Kasi isa din yun sa aspeto na gusto nating i-address, no? Hindi lang yung estudyante actually ang kailangan ng tulong.
Yes. Kasi normally, di ba, ang na-focus lang natin, kailangan ng estudyante ng notebooks, ng lapis. But hindi natin nakikita yung part na the teacher sa mga ganung klaseng areas, kailangan din nila ng supplies para maturuan ng maayos yung mga students.
That's very true. And sadly, kasi yung most of their teachers don't have plantilla positions actually. So technically, they're like just volunteers. So when we say volunteers lang sila, allowances lang yung meron sila. And minsan, yung meager allowances na yun, napupunta pa sa chalk, mga notebooks, mga Manila paper, and so on. And halos wala nang matira sa teachers.
Grabe yung dedication ng teachers, no? And then, sometimes nga, pag kailangan pa ng estudyante ng pamasahe, pangkain, yung mga teachers pa ang nagpo-provide. Yeah. And then, not to have a plantilla position, that's very sad, no, for our teachers, which is very nice na nakikita siya ng mga Rotaract clubs and Rotary clubs as a whole, no, to focus then sa mga needs ng not just the students but the teachers to help the education as a whole.
Yes.
Sa tingin mo, paano natutulungan ng Rotaract yung problems kahit sa ang location or kahit sa ang district?
Ayan. So, although syempre focus natin yung ating club for this podcast, no, but isa sa highlight talaga nun is Rotaract in general as an organization caters to the very needs of our communities by number one, of course, addressing kung ano talaga yung actual needs, no.
Yes.
Ayaw natin nung may ma-project lang, may ma-donate lang, may ma-abot.
Indeed.
Diba? We don't want...
May kilala ko ba?
But we don't want those kind of projects because we want to see ano talaga yung magiging impact ng ginagawa natin sa ating communities. So that's where yung ating community needs assessment comes in. And of course, involvement ng ating stakeholders. Kasi parang mas maganda yung dynamics kapag hindi lang sila yung, ay, aabutan mo, tapos na, alis na sila, di ba? End of conversation. Mas maganda if meron silang sense of accountability na okay, meron silang naging tulong sa amin, pero anong parte namin sa project na to? So, from there, nagkakaroon sila ng involvement and even empowerment na, we can do this pala on our own. So, that's the next time na bumalik sila or meron pa silang maidagdag na tulong sa amin, we can do this or have that or diba, do things better.
Oh, so I just want to give an emphasis dun sa sinabi mo, no, Ate Diana, wherein yung mga beneficiaries, they would have this idea na magagawa nilang tulungan yung sarili nila with or without us. And that explains so much what sustainability is.
Yes.
Sustainability is not us going back and forth to the certain same area rather. It's about us helping the people to help themselves.
Yes. And that's one of the beautiful things about what we do, diba? We get to empower these people na you're not limited dun sa box na pang araw-araw ninyo, okay, gising, ito lang, ganyan. We are actually pushing them to go beyond yung kanilang normal day, diba? They can do so much more. I mean, I can tell you that.
Everyone
Okay.
can do so much more. Basta, alam mo yun, parang nabibigyan lang sila ng leverage.
Ayan.
Okay. So going back dun sa sustainability, no? Sustainability is not just doing pre-assessment and then the actual project, it's also focusing on the post-assessment.
Yes.
So what are the plans of the club on conducting post-assessment sa Sulu?
So, that's a good question, no? Kasi sa i-insert ko lang din, pag sinabi nating project management, di ba, merong identification ng problems, tapos actual implementation ng naisip nating solution, and then after that, of course, merong tinatawag na monitoring and evaluation. So, last September, when I went back para sa needs assessment ng additional beneficiary schools, I actually also had evaluation noong nauna na
Previous project.
Yes.
Oh, ang
So,
galing.
minute ko din yung principal nung naunang beneficiary school, yung Tuwak Primary School, and then kinamusta sila, and then they were very, very thankful kasi yung mga estudyante nila, meron ng proper classroom. Kasi before that, as in yung, kung na-imagine ninyo, no, yung kawayan-kawayan lang na pinagtagpi-tagpi.
Parang barong-barong.
Yes, ganun lang. As in,
Oh.
kung ano lang yung makita nilang available na material. So, ganun lang yung kanilang infrastructure prior to the construction ng classroom, no? So, after that, syempre, hindi lang naman to about the infra itself, Ano nga ba yung ibinibigay ng infrastructure na yon? Conducive learning environment for the students, di ba? Umulan man, sobrang init man, they have a proper settings for their learning na.
Oh, so ang ganda kasi sometimes kahit tumulong tayo kapag hindi nakikipag-cooperate yung mga tao, ang hirap, ang hirap din nila tulungan
Yes.
But in this case, even the principal is very collaborative in this project. And I can see a great success on the project as a whole, no?
So, since nanggaling ka sa Sulu, I've heard na may mga nag-share daw ng culture nila sa inyo. Tell us more about it.
Ayan. So,
Let's more about it. Biglang nag-English. Pero okay, going
yes, I
back.
will tell you more about it. Ayan. So, isa sa mga additional na value na nakuha na rin namin bilang yung team na pumunta doon, no, we were able to get immersed doon sa culture. Kasi actually, yung area is mga Tausug yung people, no?
Oh.
And then, nung pumunta kami doon sa Tuwak Primary School, syempre, naganda sila ng konting programa para sa aming grupo. Tapos, may portion of that program, sumayaw sila nung tinatawag na pangalay. Traditional dance nila yun doon. And then, they were pushing us na, join din kayo. So, tinuruan nila kami, ganyan. So, nakakakaba kasi I don't want to be, parang culturally, inappropriate.
Yeah,
Oo, na baka
inappropriate.
magkamali ako, iba pala ibig sabihin ng gesture ko. Pero it's a beautiful thing kasi, 'di ba, nagkakaroon kayo ng understanding, 'di ba, na ay ito pala yung mga nila, no, mga traditions nila, activities nila. And aside from the dance, nagkaroon din kami ng chance to try yung kanilang local delicacies. So they have yung tinatawag na bangbang sug. collective term na yun for different kinds of parang mga pastries.
Grabe, yung mga tausog, ginawa silang busog.
Busog sobra. As in, parang mahihiya ka na lang na hindi kumuha sa siniserve nila kasi they are very, very much hospitable sa aming grupo.
So, bakit hindi ka man lang nag-bag?
Oo nga, ba't hindi ka
pagkain.
pala nag-uwi sa amin? Ang kahit konti lang naman
Para
ka
kahit
na.
pa paano na-feel namin yung sulu dito sa Manila, di ba?
Meron naman, hindi lang nakarating sa inyo.
Narating sa amin. Kung sino man po nakakuha ng mga delicacies, hindi namin kayo bate eh.
Nagtatampo na ako, guys. Cherries.
Okay.
Ang tapos na ulit.
Wait,
Ano
meron
pa?
pa eh.
Okay.
Seaweed chips. Aside doon sa Bangbangsug, meron din kaming sinusuportahan actually no cooperative doon sa Sulu. So, isa sa mga produkto nila ay seaweed chips. And although binibili lang naman namin yun na kumbaga ready to eat na snacks na, no, pero for them malaking tulong na siya kasi wala silang masyadong market within Sulu itself eh. So once they have the opportunity na may other people or other groups na bumibili ng kanilang products, malaking tulong sa kanilang income generating project.
Oh, so yung mga pupunta ng Sulu, we highly suggest that you try their seaweed chips,
Seaweed
right?
chips, yes.
Yan ba yung mga pasalubong mo sa amin nung
Yes!
charter anniversary? Oh, ang sarap, like sobrang sarap. Natikman mo ba yan?
Hindi.
Hindi ka na naman nakasali?
Ay, kasi wala siya doon.
Wala nga siya doon. Ayan, kasalanan mo yan.
So, Ate Diana, since yung project na ginagawa nyo is for long term, paano kung may mga gusto makipag-partner sa project nyo? So, paano yon? Sinong kukontakin? Sinong,
Ayan. So, of course, very much welcome yung any kind of support sa ating projects. Most especially that we have so much to do sa province of Sulu, no? And there's so much that we can be of help with sa kanilang mga needs. So, that being said, for any partners or kahit in-kind, monetary, any kind of support that you can provide, you can reach out to either President Lance, pwede niyo po siya i-message siguro sa Facebook or leave us a comment here sa ating podcast, kung saan mga platforms to. And then, or you can also reach out to me if you have my name naman, you can reach out to me via Facebook.
She's Diana Isabel
Yes,
Disuyo.
that's Diana Isabel Disuyo, correct? So, you can, we can discuss kung ano yung magiging dynamics natin sa ating partnerships. So, we are very much welcoming sa donations, sponsorships, and even partnerships.
Actually, if you contact anyone naman of the any member of the Rotary Club of San Francisco del Monte Malaya Achievers, kung nahihiya kayo, pwede kayong i-redirect kay Pipi Diana and to Presslands as well. Ayan. So once again, no, thank you Pipi Diana for joining here sa Fellowship Follows.
nag-enjoy kami. Super. Kahit hindi mo ako binigyan ng seaweed chips.
Oh my God.
Masama yung loob niya doon.
I will take note of that. So, susunod namin balik, no? So, thank you also, Pipiza and AB for having me here. It's been a beautiful
Day.
beautiful.
Thank you guys for watching, and if you want to watch the full episode, you can check out where we post it below and follow our pages.
We would also like to thank our sponsor for today's podcast, the JLCG Studios.
Bye! Tapos na ang fellowship! Diretso
Diretso
na
na
uwi!
uwi!